This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
After slick conditions caused several accidents in our area recently, PennDOT has some tips to stay safe on the roads this winter season. Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. With the first significant snowfall of the season coming on Wednesday, first responders were busy with several accidents in the area. There was also a fatal accident on Interstate 81. The cause of that crash is still under investigation, and Amanda Chrisman has more details at standardspeaker.com. Our Janine Lassant has a story now with representatives from PennDOT about safe travel during the winter season.
Joining us now on the program, we have our good friends from PennDOT. Richard Roman's with us, Jessica Kalinowski. Thanks for being here on SSPTV News. Rich, let's start off with you. Let's talk about some safety standards that we want to remind people of every time we look at the first snowstorm or the first several snowstorms. I believe with covering news, you see an increase in accidents. So some mindful tips that people can take with them throughout the winter season.
Thanks, and thanks for having us on, Janine. This is a pleasure for us to do this. And the first thing I always mention to people when we're talking about driving in the winter is if you don't have to go out on your trip, don't do it. Wait for the snow to pass and for us to clear the roadways out and to make the roads as safe as they can. And we realize that that's not practical for everyone to just stay home when it snows because we have work and other functions to do. So to me, the first thing I would encourage people to do is before they go out on their trip is to check 511pa.com, which is our traveler information website where you could check our closed circuit television cameras that we have across our system. You could check the roadway conditions to see if from where you're going that the roadway is safe and clear, and you can make hopefully a more informed decision before you decide to get out there. And then the other thing to remember is to make sure that you realize when you're out in the snow that the cars react differently than they do in the spring and summer. They take a longer time to stop. They may swerve a little bit because of snow and ice and patches along the route. So the best thing I would take it slow and give yourself plenty of time and space around other vehicles.
And Jessica, I know for myself, I have a new driver on the road, and this will be the first time, the first winter that she'll be driving. I know even if you're an experienced driver, you can get in an accident, but advice for those who have new drivers and maybe an unexperienced driver on the road.
Right, I've had a couple of these drivers, so my advice to parents and to the new drivers would be make sure you take your time. Leave an extra time for you to get to whether you're going to work or to school, so that just in case you do have a delay that you get there in time. Make sure to check out 511pa.com for road conditions. That'll give them a good indicator of how the roads are out there. And it's all about just being prepared, having a safety kit in your car, maybe having a shovel and some items like that in case you do get stuck. And you might even want to keep some road salt in your car so that if you do get stuck, you can possibly get yourself out.
With the budget restrictions and talk of restrictions for state employees, will that have any effect on the amount of PennDOT workers that will be out clearing the roadways during the winter storms?
No, it won't. The current budgetary issues that we're working through at PennDOT is largely on the capital side of our program. It will have no impact to our winter traffic services. It doesn't affect our plows, our plow operators, how much material we have. All the things that we need to do for winter are in place and we're ready to go.
Do you know what the leading cause of accidents on the roadway is?
It's generally speeding, and it's the human condition, being too aggressive, being distracted, driving too fast for conditions. Whether the conditions are good or bad, speed has a lot to do with it, because you lose your reaction time when you're going that fast. And when I talk to people about driving, whether it's in nice weather or in inclement weather, the slower you go, the more time you have to react when something goes wrong. And you really need that time when something goes wrong in the wintertime and there's snow and ice on the road and your car and the tires don't react to the pavement as they would in June or July in the summer. But the slower you go, the more time you give yourselves to get yourself out of a bad situation.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will not see a lot of snow on the ground, but if we do, we know that we're prepared by PennDOT. Thank you, Jessica and Rich, for joining us here on SSPTV News.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Janine.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Frankie's Pizzeria, located at 3739 Wyoming Street in Hazleton. Every Friday night is all-you-can-eat crab legs from 5 until 8 p.m. Reservations are suggested. You can call 570-454-6000 to make a reservation or for more information.
Thank you, Janine. In other news, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf tested positive for COVID-19. In a Facebook post, the governor says he's in isolation and has no symptoms. He says even though he followed all of the precautions, they are still not a guarantee you won't get the virus, but they are vital to stop the spread.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Now let's take a look at the weather with our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Friday, it's mostly sunny with highs in the mid-40s. Friday night, mostly cloudy with lows in the lower 30s. Saturday, mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 40s. Saturday night, a 40% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with lows in the lower 40s. Sunday, a 30% chance of showers after 1 p.m., mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 40s. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with lows in the lower 30s. Monday, partly sunny with highs in the upper 30s. And Monday night, there's a 30% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with lows in the upper 20s. Before we go to break, it's the first night of Hanukkah, and everyone at SSPTV wants to wish a happy Hanukkah to all of those celebrating in our viewing area. Coming up, find out how the Marian Catholic girls volleyball team made it all the way to the state single A championship game, and next, how Schuylkill Haven is honoring generous residents. And in the SSPTV Spotlight, learn about some mental health differences between men and women in a clip from our show, The Girls.
The Schuylkill Technology Center will be having a drive-through breakfast with Santa event on Saturday, December 12th from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. at their Frackville location. This event is free, but you must RSVP by calling 570-544-4748, extension 3113. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joseph Belanonis, the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home, will announce their arrangements. Irene D. Mara, age 90, of Tresco. Mass will be held on Friday at 10 a.m. at Holy Annunciation Parish at St. Gabriel's Church. A private viewing for family only will be held on Friday from 9 to 9:45 a.m. at the Boyle Funeral Home. Sophia Capus, age 92, of Hazleton. Mass will be held on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at Church of St. Joseph. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Kathleen Naprava of Hazleton, the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home, will announce the arrangements. And Lawrence J. Uri, age 68, of Drums. Friends may call on Saturday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.